Okay, guys, it's the Hippie RN. I'm back. So I decided to, instead of recording every week as from a case manager to PCU, I'm going to combine the first 3 weeks. So basically, the first week, first the first and second week, I should say. First week, of course, is just HR stuff, doing modules, paperwork, tour of the hospital and the floor. So nothing really special there. Week two, I got to meet my coworkers, learned the floor, and was introduced to Epic. Now, as a travel nurse, I have used every single EMR except for Epic. Epic apparently is supposed to be number one. You know, it's like there's a tier apparently. Epic is number one. Number two is Cerner. Three, probably all scripts, and then at the bottom of the barrel is Meditech HCA. So which sucks. So there's that. Epic, I must say, it is awesome. Seems to be very user friendly. So yeah, I like it. I picked up the charting very quickly. And speaking of that, picking up things, I have been pleasantly surprised that I didn't forget how to be a nurse. You know, people always joking that case managers, people go to case management to basically retire or die. But I did the reverse. I did case management first and then transitioned to bedside, but that was just circumstance. You know, as we all know, hospitals is 12-hour shifts. As a mom of a toddler, when I first got into nursing, daycare opened at 7, closed at 6, so I couldn't do it. So there's that. Let's see what else. So yeah, I'm gonna do a pros and the cons in a minute too about transitioning from case manager to PCU. But my what week was this? Yeah, my second week, shift 6, called my first RRT on a patient. Um, she just had a reaction to her morphine, which apparently happens a lot. So we gave her Benadryl. We didn't even Narcan her because apparently she goes to this. Sometimes her system just gets shocked, and once we give her Benadryl, she reverts back. She was fine, and it really was like flip. She was fine. So I had never seen anything like that before. So that was pretty interesting, but she was fine. Um, Apparently the RR team are all ICU nurses, so everybody came running. I meant to ask them when every ICU nurse leaves the floor, who are watching their patients because the doctors were in there, the PAs were in there, and every ICU nurse. So I have to figure out that mystery. I didn't ask, but I'm kind of curious now that I'm actually saying this out loud, like who's watching their patients. So there's that. Pros. 3 days a week compared to case management where it is 5 days. Case management, we do have what we call unicorn shifts where we may get 312s, but that's usually ER. 410s are nice. Every blue moon you may get that, but it's usually 5 8-hour shifts. So doing just 312s have been quite nice. What else? It's close to the house. Literally a 4-minute drive, and that's with lights. So that's pretty cool. Um, and you get to wear scrubs. I guess that's a pro. I mean, depending on what hospital I'm at, case management, we can wear scrubs too, but usually it's business casual, so that's a hit or miss. Now, cons, let's talk about that. Yeah, getting paid bi-weekly. I'm so not about that life. I miss getting paid weekly. And ironically, we have so many travelers on our floor. And they joke with me, they was like, how can you give up that money weekly? And right now, case managers, our contracts are still in the 5K, like between 5 and 5,500 a week, because now, unlike when COVID hit, they didn't need case managers because who are we going to coordinate care for? Everybody's in the hospital, either sick or passing away, so we can't do that. Well, now that COVID has died down, there's a need for us. So contracts are high. And guys, I get calls all the time. You want to do this case management contract? It's 5,000. And I just like, please just take it away because I want to have a second specialty behind my belt. Most nurses, as we all know, we at least have one main specialty and a backup. If you ER, you may do home health, or you may even do ICU. If you med surge, it's usually med surge, ICU, no, med surge and home health, or infusion nurse, something like that. Case managers, we're so specialized. A lot of people can't do what we do. But, and I started off as a home health case manager. That's how I actually got in it. It was by accident, really, So I wanted to have a specialty behind me. Another reason why I left, because people probably ask, why did you leave? Because that seems to be such a cool job. It is. I feel like I have more autonomy. I can really get to know my patients and their families, but I was just tired of administration yelling at us because we can't get a patient out. Well, you know what, sir? I'm sorry. They haven't been in the hospital for 3 days, which they needs to qualify for to go to a facility. They don't have insurance. It's gonna cover it. So it's nothing I can do. They don't want to go to a facility. They want to do home health. Okay, I called a home health agency. You know what? We're short staffed. We can't take up this case. Call us back. So patients are staying in the hospital longer, which is ironically why they need us because they're trying to make us get people out. But we can't do anything. And I was just tired of the headaches. We had meetings 2 and 3 times a day. I was just over it. I still love being a case manager, don't get me wrong, but I just wanted a change, honestly. And I'm going to go back into case management. I want to keep those skills fresh, but I want to just break it up a little bit. Maybe one contract do case management, another contract switch to PCU. Just go back and forth. So that's why I'm doing this, honestly. Any other cons? What did I say? Oh, I hate getting paid bi-weekly. That sucks. Oh, so put it in days off for vacation. Yeah, I am not about that life asking for permission. This is a big change for me. Uh, I was telling my sister in law about it. She was like, Rita, I'm like, girl, I'm not about my life because if they deny my vacation, I'm going to feel some type of way. I mean, I'm going to be pissed because, as we all know, as travelers, we make our own schedule. We take vacations when we want to. But I have to constantly remind myself this is a means to an end. Suck it up, do what you need to do, get the experience, and then I'll be set. Let's see what else. Um, I don't know what I wrote there. Oh, the nurses on my floor on my unit, I have nothing in common with them. Majority, I would say, probably like 90% of the staff are in their 20s, 23 to 25. The only people that are my age, because I'm 45, the only people my age are usually the charge nurses. One is, I think, in her upper 50s, and another one, she's 45, like me, she'd be 46. But I just sit back and listen to these girls. They could be my daughter, honestly, because some of my friends, people I went to high school with, you guys have kids that are going off to college. They're in their 20s. I started later in life. I didn't have my daughter until I was 33. She's be 12, So I just laugh because I have nothing in common with them. They have one nurse. She has been on the unit almost a year and she's already over it. She's frustrated with everything. Um, she requested PTO and she was like, I hope they give it to me. And before I know it, because, my mouth gets me in trouble all the time, I'm like, you requested, remember PTO stands for prepare the others. You need to take it. I said, because they would rather you take a PTO than you put in a notice and be out. Because I think she's ready to be out. Honestly, I don't know. But she was like, you're right. I'm just so tired. I'm just mentally drained. I'm over everything. And I'm like, you have to take care of you. Hospitals care nothing about you. We're just a number. And it's true. I've been a nurse 7 years. My close friends that know me know nursing is a second career for me. I was a paralegal for 15 years. I'll jokingly tell them I traded arrogant attorneys for arrogant doctors, but I do love being a nurse. I've always wanted to help people. In high school, you know how we take those tests to see what type of career we'd be good at or where you want it to be? It was social worker, psychologist, or nurse. So I'm a nurse, so things come full circle, I suppose. But yeah, I'm learning a lot. I did not think I would pick up things the way I have. I really thought it was going to be a struggle, so I kind of surprised myself. Now, granted, I did a lot of research on YouTube on different things, how to draw up drugs, using the pump. Just basically, I took it back to fundamentals of nursing, honestly. And guys, we don't forget, you may be out of it for a while, but it comes back. We have a lot of critical drips that we deal with on PCU. I found out that we're actually considered critical care. I always assumed that ICU was critical care, but apparently, or at least at this hospital, PCU is critical care, and we're literally next door to ICU. That's how we get our patients, because they're downgrading them from ICU to us, and then from us they either go home or they're downgraded again and go to the med surge floors. So yeah, so I guess I can call myself a critical care nurse, which I didn't know I was. So learned that. Um, so yeah, so the journey continues. We'll see how long I will do this. But we'll see. To be continued, guys. Out.